Oh, Tinkry laughed oft to be safe. He looked exactly at the boy, ran round, how had frozen under the palm. There was deadly silent. Hands up, said Jack strongly. However, won't laugh, not to be safe. The silence continued, brittle and heavy and full of shame. Slowly the red drained from Jack's cheek, then came back with a painful rush. He licked his lip and turned his head at an angle, so that his gaze avoided the embarrassment of linking with another eye. How many think his voice tailed off. The hand that held the conch shook. He cleared his throat and spoke loudly. All right then. He laid the conch with great care in the grass at his feet. The humiliating there were running from the corner of each eye. I am not going to play any longer, not with you. Most of the boys were looking down now at the grass or their feet. Jack cleared his throat again. I am not going to be a part of laugh a lot. He looked along the right hand log. Remember the hunter that had been a troyer. I am going off by myself. He can catch his own beak. Anyone who wants to hunt when I do can come too. He blundered out of the triangle toward the rope to the wet sand. Jack turned and looked back at Rilaf. For a moment he paused and then cried out. I pushed anger. No, he leaped down from the platform and ran along the beach, pawing no head to the stay full of his tire, and until he dived into the forest. Relaf watched him. Biggie was indignant. I been talked Relaf, and you just stood there like softly looking at Biggie and now seeing him relax, spoke to himself. He will come back when the sun goes down. He will come. He looked at the conch in Biggie's hand. What when there Biggie gave up the attention to Rebecca Relaf. He polished his glass again and went back to his subject. We can do without Jack Meridio. There is other beside him on this island, but now we really got a best of. I can hardly believe it. We will need to stay close to the platform. There will be less need of him and his hunting, so now we can really decide on what. Wait, there is no help, Biggie. Nothing to be done for a while. They sat in the Paris silence. Then Simon stood up and took the conch from Biggie, who was so astonished that he remained on his feet. Olaf looked up at Simon. What it is this time? A half sound of jarring ran round the circle, and Simon shrank from it. I thought there might be something to do, something we. Again the branch of the assembly took his voice away. He sought for the help and safety and choice Biggie. He turned half toward him, clutching the conch to his brown chest. I think we ought to climb the mountain. The circle shivered with dread. Simon broke off and turned to Vicky, who was looking at him with an expression of Joseph Prohibition. What the good of the climbing up to this hair best when Relaf and the other two couldn't do nothing? Simon whispered his answer. What else is there to do? His speech made. He allowed Vicky to lift the conch out of his hand. Then he returned and sat as far away from the other as possible. Vicky was speaking speaking now with more assertively, and with what if this situation had not been so serious, the other would have recognized as pleasure. I said, we can't all do without a certain person. Now I see we got to decide on what can be done, and I think I could tell you what we love going to say next. The most important thing on the island is the smoke, and you can have no smoke without a fire. We laughed with a recently movement. No go, Biggie, we have got on fire. That thing sit up there, we will have to stay here. Biggie lifted the conch as tough to add power to his next word. We got no fire on the mountain, but what's wrong with a fire down here? A fire could be built on them, rock on the sand. Even we would make smoke just the same. That's right, smoke by the bathing bowl. The boy began to be. Only Biggie could have the international daring to suggest moving the fire from the mountain. So we will have the fire down here, said Relaf. He looked about him. We can build it just here between the bathing bowl and the platform, of course. He broke off, rowing, thinking the thing out, unconsciously taking at the stop of a nail with his teeth. Of course the smoke we won't show so much, not be seen so far away, but we needed go near. The other nodded in perfect comprehension. There would be no need to go near. We will build the fire now. The greatest idea are the simple. Now there was something to be done. They worked with passion. Biggie was so full of delight and expanding liberty, and Jack the parent so full of pride in his contribution to be good of society that he helped to fetch wood. The wood he fetched was close at hand, a fallen tree on the platform that the kittens not need for the assembly, yet to the other the sensitive on the platform had protected even what was usually there. Then the twins realized they would have a fire near them as a comfort in the night, and they set a few little dancing and clapping hands. The wood was not so dry as the fall they had used on the mountain. Much of the was damply rotten and full of insects that scurried. Log had to be lifted from the soil with care, or they crumbled into sudden powdered more than this. In order to avoid going deep into the forest, the boy worked near at hand on any fallen wood, no matter how tangled with new ground. The skirt of the forest and the scare were familiar, near the conch and the shelter, and sufficiently friendly and dialing. What they might become in darkness nobody cared to think. They worked the review with great energy and cheerfulness, though as time crept by there was a suggestion of pains in the energy and history in the cheerfully. They built a pyramid of leaves and twig, branch and log on the bare sand by the platform. For the first time on the island, Biggie himself removed his one glass, knelt down and faucet the sun on tender. Some there was a cillian of smoke and a patch of yellow film. The little miss who had seen few fire since the first catastrophe, because wildly excited, did dance and sing, and there was a party air about the gathering. At least relaxed stupid work and stood up, summoning the sweat from his face with a dirty farmer. We will have to have a small fire. This one is too big to keep up. Biggie sat down carefully on the sand and began to polish his glass. We called experimentation. We could find out how to make a small how fire and then put green branch no to make smoke. Some of them leaves must be better for that than the other. As the fire died down, so did the examination. The little stupid singing and dancing and drifted away toward the sea or the fruit tree or the shelter.